Hey y'all, how goes it? We got Levi, we got Kathy, Jeremy, and a couple other people probably just starting to funnel in. It's Levi with Member Solutions. I'm over here with Golden Sport, and we are doing our morning breakfast. Hey Slayer, Martin, Willing Dragon, how y'all doing? So, we are going to figure something out to eat. Kiddos are home from school. You have morning meds taken. Actually, meds. I had my kiddo bring me my medication at one point, but they were supposed to have put it back, but I'm not finding it. That's a bit of a problem. We've been getting the house clean, but this is still a mess. Here we go. I found my meds. Yeah, I got a. So we did a late night live. I did get some sleep. I did. That's a good thing. Not a lot, like a half hour. But a half hour is enough to work. Screaming Dragon on over on Twitch. By the way, if you have Prime and you have Twitch, if you link them, you can help support us without costing you a dime. Speaking of, hey, we have kitties that deserve extra treats. Would you rather go to a cat cafe or an auto cafe for the kitties? Oh, has to be one or the other. So I've been to a cat cafe. But I have not been to an otter cafe. So I think I'd go to the otter cafe because I haven't been to the other one. Well, some of these things really help my gut a lot. Saw a video of an otter cafe. Just waking, my legs are in so much pain. I'm glad I'm not walking kiddos to bus. Meds are in a pile on the desk. You look awake. I am functioning. I don't know about awake, but I am functioning. This is a thing that is canon. Also, I didn't open this, but it is open. Like, the tag is the only thing that's keeping it closed, type of thing. It's virtually new outside of that. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Dirk Gently's Holistic Detective Agency number 3. Ooh, I think I'm gonna be collecting a few of these. Look at this. Look at that artwork. Look at that artwork. Isn't that cool? I am probably going to be finding this whole story and reading it because what? They did a crossover. That's awesome. So I gotta read it now. What did you just walk in on? Talking about other stuff. Michael Keen, how you doing? 8th Warforged, how you doing? New comic. Group travel autograph works from Heath Slayer. I love the Star Trek Green Lantern series. Second one reveals the Star Trek universe's first Green Lantern. Oh. Hello, my Darklings. Justin, hey, how you doing? Slayer, Dark Wolf. You should read the Transformers crossover. When I get a chance, I'm going to read this one. And I believe this is the first. Yeah, this is number 1 of 6. So it's going to be interesting trying to find the other 5. but we're gonna try. We need to figure out breakfast this morning, and I need to set out a can of food for the outdoor kitties at least. And it's $25 in donations, and indoor kitties and outdoor kitties both get treats. Indoor kitties have food. Outdoor kitties have not been fed yet. They'll get fed in about an hour or so. My spouse takes care of that, and if I do that, they'll ruin their whole setup, and they don't like it. So we'll set aside a can of cat food for the outdoor kitties, and if he pops up here, we'll give it to him. I do have some cleaning to do, and I need to eat something like now to function. But what we're going to do for sure, I'm going to take some of this turkey breakfast sausage that has gotten freezer burnt to hell because the freezer in here sucks. And I'm going to take some of this fat here to start things off. Besides having to clean this morning. We're going to turn the oven down a low temperature setting. This is a neat little trick that I learned a while ago. You've got the fat. You can take these turkey sausages that have gotten really dehydrated and freezer burned. We're going to lay them in here. The only downside is you have to make sure they're all fat, or you have flat, or you have a lot of fat. One of the two. Got any eggs? I do have some eggs. I'm thinking an omelet too. I don't know what the kids might want to eat. It's my own problem. Anyways, we're gonna take some of this fat. We're going to get enough. A good chunk of it. This is just bacon fat, by the way. That's all this is. Put the rest of it away for later today. I don't have any some lentils. I don't have any hash browns today. Settle the rumbly tummy. Like to concentrate. So, oven's gonna go on about a 200 temperature. Yeah, so and we're gonna stick this in the oven for a while. It's literally just gonna sit on there. The reason why it's 200 is it will melt the fat, it'll warm up the sausage that's already pre-cooked, and things will just kind of sit there and warm, and the sausage should, in theory, soak up some of that bacon fat while it's warming up. And that should, again, in theory, help out dramatically on it being really dry and freezer burning. You can still eat freezer burn stuff. It's just not very tasty, and nutritionally, it'll take care of you, but not the greatest. The orange lantern heading straight for the brain. Yeah, right. I feel like that would totally. But I'm gonna read the whole series, and we'll take a look at it. Since it's a canon thing, maybe I'll retell the whole series in our style to bring it to people's attention. Because the last Ring crossover that we did well, but we kind of fucked it up. Like we stepped in something, but I don't know what. I think it's in a cold spot on the floor. It's turkey sausage, not beef or pork. Turkey. Kind of snot. Taking a habit of like when I buy snacks, I start hiding them throughout the house. Waffles. I opened up a jar of peanut butter the other day that was, needless to say, very old, like 2020. And it gone and did what peanut butter does when it gets too old. The oils in it kind of went bad. I sniffed it and I was like, oh, that's probably bad. Give it a taste just in case. Because sometimes the oils will smell bad, but they haven't actually gone bad, which is really weird. But no, it went bad. I gave it a smell test. I was like, bleh. I don't know about you all, but grocery prices suck. I don't feel like wasting food if I don't have to. But it was from 2020, so I don't know how it got mixed up and like all the other newer stuff, but it did. Oh well. The poison peanut butter. It's weird. You're not really, unless you eat a significant amount of it, you're probably not going to do anything to you. Even read somewhere that peanut butter was one of those things that it can go rancid and you can eat it and you can digest it and you would be wishing things were different, but you would probably survive it. Unless it's got full-on botulism, you'd pretty much be good, and it's apparently very hard for that to get it. As you have with kids, because otherwise they eat everything. Yeah, by the way, EBT is paused. Now, for the record, you can still use your EBT. There's just no one's getting any. So, like when we were on EBT, I was always so worried about it being going away that on average we had an extra $200-300 for all the way in there. So, and by the end of it, I was trying to gather up enough that it would last. It didn't. But if you get EBT, I would suggest start a goal. So let's say like $25, right? That you don't use. Pretend that 25 is gone. You get to that 25, increase that goal. You've done it for 1 month. You can do it again. Increase it to 30, and then 40, and then 50. Increase it until you have a significant amount, and let it carry over. I've seen people with thousands of dollars on EBT. What am I having right now? We're having waffles with peanut butter and syrup, and then that's to kind of settle my stomach and the shaky nerves and everything. I've got turkey sausage in the oven currently warming up, and it's going to absorb some bacon fat. And outside of that, I don't know what else. I might grab, I've got some potatoes that are good. You had some potatoes. Maybe I'll do something with potatoes. I got to pick that up. That's cold enough and wet enough. I haven't given the garden any water because it's pretty much dying anyways. But it's not false. Like, what? Like, people are receiving notifications that, like, that's weird. Yep. Yeah, disability should still come in. That's not going to stop. That has its own funding and everything from the normal government. Government can be shut down unless the government is shut down for a significant amount of time. SSDI and SSI will still run for quite a while. I think they can run up to 6 months before they actually get impacted. Oh, almost time to eat again. Nothing needs watering here. Weather's desperately trying to flood me despite being on top of a hill. My EBT has a warning on top, right? Did you get your food stamps early? I know that I know that's what they did here in Utah. They were like, let's just give you them early. Not the first government shutdown I've been in. I've lived to too many of these shutdowns. 2 of them on Trump's watch. Ironic how that happened. You get yours on the 10th. Well, hopefully. I don't get EBT, so I don't see that kind of stuff anymore. I kind of go based on secondhand information. If my information is wrong, then it's wrong. Retail might not be impacted though. I think it receives. I think it makes more money on average than it receives. The church be rich, y'all. Things get bad enough food wise. I can go to the church. Just prefer not to. You're having coffee and what? And what? I have tea downstairs. I can make tea up here. I don't feel like either. I might just drink some water today. Our Walmart was full of people the other day. You know? There's gonna be a lot of pissed off people everywhere. Churches and back. Yep. You should. SSI and SSDI are not run. Well, SSI is run by the state, isn't it? I don't know about them. SSDI. Well, SSI should be getting ran on the same thing, though. Haley, I can't highlight your comment. I see it. I cannot highlight it. I hope you understand why. I want the stream to go. I have certain places that will yell at me if I do. Oh, we did. History lesson for y'all before I put this down. We had systems in place that made sure that even during a government shutdown, And some of them are still in place, but they're more skeleton than what they used to be. Biden got some of those systems back up and running. First round of Trump killed a couple of those. But even before Trump, we'd lost some of them as well. So throughout the last 30 years or so, we've seen a dismantling of several things that benefit us as a society. And it sucked. We've seen some good things. But I would argue that we've probably seen more bad than good. All right. I need water. We're waiting on our sausage. That fat is just ever slowly melting away. So we're going to kick it up to 300. While we're waiting on that. I worked yesterday, I'm eating Pop-Tart raspberry and we'll eat the other one. I had someone ask me the other day when I go to church. I don't believe in the church and what the church stands for. The church can have a bunch of funds in its pockets, but they can't help a single woman down the street who had a kid out of wedlock. That ending right there. There's if you're not, the Mormon church is one of the richest churches in the world. In the world. And that boggles my mind. I don't care what church you are. If you have the money and you're not putting it back into the community that you are at, then you are not a church. You're a money laundering operation. Hate to break it to you. Any church of any religion, this is an opinion. Sorry, yeah, keep moving personal. That any church, I had to go up there, that does that is just not great. Now, I have seen churches of every single religion, by the way, every single religion, virtually have zero funding. They have zero money. They barely have anything, and everything that they have is spent to keep their doors open and to help people, right? And I've seen the super, super rich churches. There are specific religions that every single person, and it's funny because it's not a Christian religion whatsoever. There's a one specific one I'm thinking of, and it's from overseas in India. I can't think of the name. It's very specific. They do wear turbans, but they're not of the one that you're probably thinking of. It's a different one. And their basic decree for everyone isn't just a religious thing. It's like they are taught this from very, very young. Shiki. I think it's called Shiki. Took me a minute. You help out everyone. Everyone is your brother. Everyone is your sister. Everyone is your mother. Everyone is your father. Everyone is your daughter. Everyone is your son. Everyone is family. 100%. And I've known a few of them here in Utah. They're very, very awesome people. They have very strong opinions. They still, they drink, eat, and party like there's no tomorrow as well. And they get just as angry and have just as many shortcomings and everything as anyone else. But in particular, they will make sure people are taken care of, even if they don't like you. Like, even if they don't like you, you'll be taken care of. Which I find that funny, but like, yeah. I've met more Christians who don't follow it than do. And that's kind of sad. I'm going where the fun people are. Yeah, they're nice. Why? Why do you think the chat's going to be deleted? Achromatic minds of a lot of guys I've met have been evangelical Christians. Yeah. Hell? Potato fell out. He said, "Eat me." That's kind of green, though. You're a bit of a green potato. I don't really want that green of a potato. Are you all vaccinated? Hold on. Oh, that would explain why they're not going back. Not having potatoes. I'm gonna have to set them out on the table and let them ripen up a little bit. Steak rice bowl. Oh god, that sounds good. That sounds good. Steak rice bowl. Steak in general sounds good. I've got hamburger calling out for dinner tonight. This is too fun. Yeah, Haley. Sound more like a bird crashing into glass behind you. Jeez. That is JC. You were typing a lot. Disgrace the church. Disgrace the church. Oh my God. Yeah, I've heard that before. If we keep chatting the soft politics, yeah. So drop the soap in. Might have to get a new phone. I'm thinking it hasn't gotten to my power button. It's really hard to turn off and on lately. Oh no. Found a pack of potatoes that were under the leaky sink for about a year. Once they looked like tentacle aliens. Yeah, they were growing with each other. I had a bunch of potatoes that went bad, and I just put them in. Like I have a thing out there that had at least had a sweet potato growing. It's went wild and a bunch of other random stuff. I just threw the potatoes in there. I'm like, it's ironic that the pot thing that I used that I was trying to grow at barely fruited anything. Right, it did not want to grow the stuff I wanted to grow in it very well outside of like this growing tall. I got a couple of tomato plants that are as almost tall as I am, but they didn't really produce anything. They just grew. I had a couple smaller ones that grew a couple small tomatoes. I got maybe a handful of them. Not bad, but not great. Whereas the other one was just a hodgepodge of me throwing shit in there, and it started growing. I'm like, what the fuck? So I find it funny, and I'm just gonna let those potatoes be in there and rot and turn into soil and stuff. I'm not gonna add anything else into there though. I might add more soil, but what are you doing? Oh, construction. Just because you're not my friend doesn't mean I don't want to see you eat. Just maybe not at my table. You need to force yourself to get kids food. Have given up on mainstream religion because most of them have become cults. Ooh, steak and mashed potatoes. Steak and mashed potatoes. That sounds good, Eric. I agree. Hey, Stephen Shelby. Oh my gosh, you guys are like everywhere. I need to be serious, but I got the first team rolling. I win. All right. So we're waiting on that. I had basically had the carbs. So why don't I go ahead and that's protein. I can make some eggs too, but I don't know. I don't know what the kids are gonna eat. It's kind of one of those days where it's gonna probably just be a little make something, eat it, make something, eat it. Every so often, that's what I do. I'll get up, make a little thing, sit down and eat it. I'll eat it all separately versus together. There we go. Now that is doing what it needs to do. And to be perfectly honest, I might just microwave the eggs. Yeah, oil is doing its job pretty well, actually. think the religion you're thinking of is she goes, maybe, possibly. Silkism or something like that, yeah. Oh, really? Eating priority bug at the same time as watching the stream. Alright, so let's use the same bowl that I'd already used. Oh, got some cabbage. Clean off our cutting board. One of those days where I just don't want to be the one that cleans everything. This happens every time the kids are home for an extended period of time. Summer, things kind of blow out, but anytime like they have a break from school, it does not like level out and become semi-normal, right? I don't get back into a good cleaning habit. Let's see here. We've got a variety of vegetables. That's that. That's fine. That's fine. That's seen better days. I've seen some better days. See what we can use. This is not bad, so we'll just toss that in. Actually, quick vegetable lesson, and something I should have done. Foil and paper towels are really awesome. If you have lettuce like this, and this is all bad because it's got rotten, right? But if you take this and you cut off the edge, and take a wet paper towel and put it on there, and then put it back in the fridge, and you keep that paper towel damp, it will extend the shelf life of this. Alternatively, you can cut that edge, put a little bit of foil on there, and the foil will do the same thing, but for a much shorter period of time. Soon. Got me up here. I've also got miso soup that we could have. If I get really hungry, I can warm up some water and just cook up some miso. Oh, I don't think this is any good. I think this went bad too. I'll split it down. It's more shriveled than anything, which is fine. What I plan on it, but let's take a look. Oh, that's fine. All right. It's just aged a bit more than what I'd like it to be. My veggie drawer, crisper drawer, doesn't really work all that well. So what we're going to do is I'm going to flatten the Sanibel up. I'm going to cut it along its spine while it's upside down. I can't show you guys because I'm trying to hold it and do it at the same time. I'm not going to take the pith off, which is the white stuff, which would have also helped to prevent it from like curling up on itself. So now we get these. I'm going to grab, I've got a red one here. Is that still good? Got a red and an orange one. Does anyone else want the Cooking with Levi or Cooking Tips with Levi shorts so we have those saved? Oh, goodness. Chris was mentioning that, and there's a lot of people who do want it, apparently. It's one of those things that if it wasn't such an in-depth thing to do, I wouldn't mind creating videos. I am going to be making some cooking videos and testing things out. But I still need to buy at least one phone for recording, specifically just to record. And then I need a couple phone stands. Or, alternatively, and this is what I'm currently working on, I need to go through my current damn phone, go ahead and install the excess memory that I have, and just use my current phone for it. Then all I would need is the phone stands. I can at least get started. I'm going to do a project with my kiddo. They want to learn how to edit, and this would be a great way for them to learn how to edit and do some things. So, we got our veggies. I'm going to also do some cabbage, which I've been just slicing into with a ceramic. By the way, if you get a ceramic knife and use it on your vegetables or tear your vegetables off, they'll also last longer because the ceramic doesn't cause browning. Whereas a metal knife will cause the oxidation to embed into this and cause it some problems. So now we have some cabbage cut up as well. I'm not going to saute the cabbage like I am the other vegetables. I'm going to microwave the egg. Well, actually, if I saute, fuck it. Let's cook everything on the same. There you are. Gotta find my tank in. Get some high heat going. Sesame oil. A little bit of butter. Eggs. 2 eggs. Two eggs. See if I can get Killer's attention. You sound like me when I'm cooking. I have a plan going, then I totally change it. Yeah. Things happen. The reason why I decided was like, now since I'm going to add vegetables and I want to saute the vegetables, I might as well go ahead and do just that since it's just going to be scrambled. Hey, buddy. Probably going to get yelled at for being live. Am I going to get yelled at for being live today? Remind you that normally you guys are in school or sleeping. So, I'm going to go with a little paprika. Also, I was telling you smoked paprika costs a lot of money. Guess what Walmart has now? They have smoked paprika, and it's not bad. It's not like as good as properly smoked, but like it's smoked. All right, we're gonna saute this first. Turn our heat down. I don't have chopsticks. Chopsticks. I'm gonna add a little bit of cream to this, or in this case, milk. Adding a bit of cream, bit of dairy, whether that be milk. Ooh, that might have been a little too much. Sour cream, cream cheese, whatever you prefer, cottage cheese, whatever it is, will cause the eggs to fluff really nicely. You don't need a whole lot. The more you do, the more you have to cook off, though. And I did a lot on accident. Rusty! Thank you for commenting. Yes, by the way, if you're on Twitch and it is lurking, remember to make a comment so Twitch doesn't think you're a bot. Because our earnings on Twitch went massively down when they implemented that rule. I'm like, eh. We weren't earning a whole lot to begin with over there. Then we're gonna let that sit. One second. What? Yeah. So my omelet is now doing a thing. I don't have onion, which, yeah, omelet. Bitch, no. Bitch, no. No. You don't like, no, because you don't want veggies. Every time I go to try to make an omelet and I try to add vegetables, you bitch and you pick out all the vegetables that I add. So I'm not going to go through the trouble of making you something. Then it's not an omelet. It's just scrambled eggs. Do you want scrambled eggs?
Yes.
All right. Want some cheese?
Yeah.
Two more eggs now. Milk out again. Grab some cheese. Egg one. Egg two. There's like 2 eggs left. I need more eggs. That's a little. Egg one. Take 2. Salt and pepper.
Yes.
Okay. Garlic.
Yes.
Want a little bit of paprika or no? Okay. Speaking of, I forgot to add my paprika because I got distracted, so let's add it on top here. The omelet's cooking nicely. Before I forget, you know that cabbage that we set to the side? By the way, do you want some cabbage snack?
Huh?
Do you want a miniature cabbage snack? Yeah or nay? Okay. So, sliced cabbage. Oh, thank you for the bits, Rusty. Sliced cabbage plus 100 bits. What is that? Can somebody remind me? A little bit of your oil. Bit of salt. Sesame seeds. Usually toasted. Bit of pepper. Steven over here with the feed the kitties. All right, well, indoor kitties are not eating. They just ate, so I'll set it here and give it to them for lunchtime. Outdoor kitties still haven't joined us yet. Sorry, not in Oregon, trying to keep my cat off the damn screen door. That's okay. 100 bits equals $1. Thank you. Still, thank you. Okay. A bit of our, we went out and got some more of this. A little bit of our chicken seasoning here. We're just going to mix that up. Mix that up. Our omelet is going to go on top of this. So we got our nice seasoned, and that's going to get that salt to help draw out some of that moisture, but it'll still be nice and crunchy. The omelet is about ready to be flipped. I just don't know if I have anything to flip it with. Oh, wait. Even better. So work your way around the edge all the way. There's a spot. Okay, I've got it loose, right? Some people use their hand. Now I made mine a little bit burnt because I wasn't paying attention. That's not a big deal. We're going to let this sit for a minute. Cheese. Big old thing of Parmesan cheese. Give his stuff another mix. You're going to want that in a bowl, buddy? Unless you want to wash the plate or plates, you're going to get it on a bowl. There's a tiny plate. You want a tiny plate? Okay. There's no forks clean. You gonna wash your own fork, or you gonna deal with chopsticks? Do you know how to use chopsticks?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. My cheese has gotten gooey enough for me to go ahead and put it on my blow. Same concept. Break it up around the edges. Get it nice and loose. It broke up a little bit on me, but it looks pretty good, right? I'll put a little bit more cheese on there in a minute. It's going to be a little bit different because he wants scrambled eggs. Unless you want it as an omelet.
I do.
All right, I'll let it sit and cook a little bit longer. Not a big deal. Now for his, since he doesn't have any vegetables in it, we're going to put that cheese on right away. So we get a handful of cheese. Let me show you what it looks like. Boop, right in there. And it's just going to sit there, and I'm going to let it cook just a little bit longer than you would normally let an over easy egg cook. And then I'll flip it. Meantime, I've got the sausage over here that I pulled to the side. I'm just going to top it with the cut sausage. Okay? And then we're going to... Yeah, I can't drink coffee. Can't drink coffee at all. Gives me a headache. Extreme versions will make me throw up. Or I can't stand coffee shops. Hate the smell of them. Hope he's really skilled at scrambled eggs with them is going to be his task. My kiddo has issues. I do not. But we're not done yet. Balsamic glaze. And Kewpie pie mayo. I kind of wish I had I had one that would flip open and pour out a tiny amount. I need to buy the special lids and stuff. Kewpie pie mayo. I have those. Our eggs are looking ready to flip. So work around my edges. Find the spots that are stuck. And once you're not stuck anymore, you flip it. Now, he's got honestly more cheese than I do, but he's good on cheese. Do you want any mayo or anything on it, kiddo?
Sure.
Like the Kewpie pie mayo?
Yeah.
I'll put it on the side just in case, okay? I would say that my coffees are more like coffee-flavored milkshakes. Oh, coffee tastes as good as it smells. Also, I hate the smell of coffee. Personally, the only coffee I like to taste is French vanilla cappuccino. Is your morning going well? It's not bad. That is, I can't stand instant coffee, but I got a proper coffee machine that grinds the bean. It's really nice. I was referring to your young one. I figure you're good at it. Half steamed milk with a generous helping of double cream and caramel syrup. Okay, French cappuccino. I think 10 portions. Thankfully, again. Because how long you cook the eggs, they're pretty much cooked by the time you flip them. You're just browning the other side effectively. Buddy, come here. A little blob of. Get yourself your chopsticks. I've just made yourself a little blob. If you want more, you know where it is. Yeah. Yeah. Now I can sit down. Also, apparently, we do have tea. I still have some water. This is tea. So I'm just going to fill more tea than there is water. There'll be a little water there. Me. And lastly, a little bit of ketchup. Are you and John going live later today? No. John's got a busy Monday. And you remember that cabbage that we went and added all that stuff to? It's underneath here. Now, by the time we get to it, this turned into that cabbage snack I made a few days ago. So now, I've got a full proper meal that has virtually no huge amount of carbs in it. We already had carbs, so it doesn't matter. Hell yeah, that's good. The paprika and the anise pepper give a nice small bit of heat. And it's just salt, pepper, garlic, a little bit of mayo, along with that cabbage snack underneath. By the way, there's some turkey sausage in the oven that I cooked with bacon fat. All right. Oh, that sounds good. Oh, I can actually tell you that. There are two secrets to that. I just saw the damn pan. Oh, there it is. Secret number one. Pan needs to be cleaned, but this. Get yourself one of these. Secret number two. Learn how to use chopsticks and fold a paper towel. So maybe that's number three if you don't know how to use chopsticks. Fold a paper towel like this. Put oil on your paper towel in your chopstick. Hold it like this. Oil your pan with this. Set it to the side. You're not throwing this away. You're keeping this. So set it on a clean area, piece of tin foil, whatever. Put your egg. As your egg cooks in here, you're going to move the egg with the chopstick down to the rolling point right here, and then you will flip that egg over, and then you'll move, before you move that egg back over, you'll take your stuff, you'll put oil on it, you'll move the egg back over, it should still be dry, take that thing, put a little bit more oil right there. Again, you're using a napkin, not a bunch of oil, and then you put more egg. And you've got a little roll part here, and you do it again. Flip it over, do it again. That's a rolled omelet. The same thing works for when you do the half-cooked version of the egg. It's just you're not going to let it cook all the way through. You'll do that, combine it until it gets kind of a rolly point, and then on all sides, and you can do that with a regular pan, and then you'll let it sit and seal. And then after your rice should already be cooked, you'll put it on there and cut it, and it'll fold open. But a rolled omelet is entirely different. Just in the way that you're cooking it all the way through. I gotta get going. Hope the rest of your day goes. Rice omelet sounds really disgusting. Really good. They're pretty nice. Yeah. Yep. I asked this earlier, Levi, what cheese goes best on sourdough bread? Swiss. But if you're making a grilled cheese, get yourself Munster, Gouda, and cheddar. And you're going to, depending on how much cheese you want on each piece of bread, 2 pieces of cheese minimum makes a really good one. But if you take 2 pieces of cheese of your type of cheese that you really like Gouda and Munster, set them side by side so they overlap, and then like half of the cheddar, and just put it diagonal so you get a little bit of cheddar and has more of a hinted flavor, or Gouda as a hint, or whatever you want to do. Makes a really good grilled cheese sandwich. I just make the stuff at home. I can make just about anything as long as I have the stuff for it. The biggest problem I ran into when cooking cuisines from overseas here in the US isn't even finding the ingredients so much as finding the little tips that you don't know about, that you don't see in the recipe. Like the omurice thing, the learning how to do that was going online and finding the videos and then seeing, I was like, what are they doing to that? And then like, oh shit, that's how you do that. And we're like, hey, put the salt here instead of here, like do this step last instead of first, and stuff like that. Egg in a bowl. Salt, pepper, super tiny amount of butter. And you can cook it like that if you have a microwave that has a continuous vent. But if you have a smaller microwave that doesn't have a continuous vent, so if I do that, my vent automatically goes off, right? But if you have a more enclosed system, what you can do is put a glass of water in there with your egg and do it at 30 seconds to start. That'll get you about an over easy egg. And then add 10 seconds afterwards. No, I said there's sausage if you want some. Cooked in bacon grease.
Ah. If it's bacon, I'll have it. It's turkey sausages. I'm good.
Japanese milk bread is awesome. That is one that I have not been able to make successfully yet. Still kind of learning. Yeah, it's easy. The most common mistake people make is putting the egg on for too much time. Keep an eye on that thing. You do not need much time to cook an egg. Not in the microwave. Homemade mochi is also a pain. I'll just go to the mart for that one. Honestly, when I want milk bread, I go to the Ocean Mart, which is an Asian store. Here in Utah, they've got like 3 or 4 stores. Oh, this is really good. If you'd eat the vegetables, I'd offer you some of mine, but you don't like the veggies, so. I have before. Fuck you. I'll tell you what. If you remind me to buy some Bush's baked beans, kind that you would buy and eat, that are very similar to the ones in the UK. I'll eat some beans on toast for breakfast one day. You don't have to pay me to do it. Not saying that. It just requires a specific type of bean. If you're okay with it, I'm going to use sourdough bread. Because I do not want to eat it on normal white bread. So, that's exactly why I was saying Bush's baked beans. There's like a specific brand. Yeah, there's a specific one that that works. Can't remember which one it is. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen them put beans on everything. To be fair, we put cheese and potatoes on everything. So we're not any better. We just have a different food that we. Another thing is, Americans had more options for wartime foods than British did because we had more farmland. That's part of the reason why I do this stream. We got a lot of people who struggle with eating. It's not why I started the stream, but it kind of turned into it. Putting chili in a baked potato. Yeah, it is. I don't have a problem with beans on a baked potato. I really don't. The ranch on everything, though. Ugh. That. All right, I get it. Let's see Steven eat something American. I eat lots of American stuff already. Quintessentially American that you hate. Biscuit and gravy. Yeah, you got to eat the biscuits and gravy. I would argue that's a lot harder for him to get, though. Yeah. No, that's not to say I don't add ranch flavoring to other things, but I don't add like the physical ranch. Your tail into my food. Why'd you have to lick it all? I'm not gonna want to use my chopsticks now. Just take the whole. You were supposed to take the whole bite. Come here. Supposed to take a whole bite. Now I'm not using those chopsticks. I can't give you any more, buddy. I used garlic and paprika in this. I had to get you a bite that I know didn't have like hardly any in it. Well, that's interesting. Maybe I'll try that. Lady, I'm so sorry. We've lost a couple cats in the last couple of years. That's not been easy. Crust cookies are a specific type of biscuit, like a softer, moisture biscuit. Yeah. Yeah. You guys bite of egg and then ran off. I was tempted to tease them longer, but I don't like being mean. That's a lot. I don't want to be that kind of mean. Food is one of those things. I just don't like doing that. That is a very chill cat. Yeah, Max is very chill. He ran off though as soon as he got his bite. What you saw there wasn't. I saw on YouTube. There's two guys from Britain who try American fried bologna first time. That tastes like a cold hot dog. I was like, duh. Yeah, that's what bologna is. Depends on what you try. Lost one of mine last year. Oh, I'm so sorry, man. Went to a British pub in London where they also served food. Pretty much only served fish and chips, full English breakfast, and rice and curry. I do not eat bologna. I'm not a fan of bologna. What's Jaffa cake? Never go to the pub in UK for good food. Yeah, I was gonna say. I would agree with that for most of the US too. You don't go to a bar for food, you go to a bar for drinks. Jaffa cakes. British snack consisting of a sponge cake base, an orange flavored jam filling, and a chocolate covered top. How does that look good and nasty all at the same time? Like what? It both looks good and looks bad at the same time. Like I kind of want to try it, but does not look appetizing. Now I got that stuck in my head. Damn you. And profile picture cat. Whoa. I wish I was at my computer. I'll get a better look later. We'll be live tomorrow, I believe. We'll be live on the 30th, too. Chris has a live scheduled for the 30th. No, I got the cats get another piece of egg. It's already gone. That's one thing I'll never be able to verify, at least not willingly. I mean, I might take a sip, but I really don't want it. I don't want any alcohol at all. I've had people, my spouse included, be like, "You want to try a sip?" And I'll try a sip, and I'll be like, just no matter what it is, I just do not care for the taste of alcohol at all anymore. I have zero craving for it, need, or want. What happened to that sucks. If I have to have it, you've got to have it. What do you mean by that? Oh, the Weird Al. Oh, yeah. I missed you guys. I'm hoping I'll get back to some of the lives. I missed you guys. Moving twice in July messed with you though. I know what that's like. My grandma from Scotland. We gotta go. My grandma from Scotland. We got him. What? Generally, I drink Jack Daniels and Captain Morgan's. Breakfast on the song. I like to make when what you mean? We had an omelet with salt, pepper, paprika, and garlic. That was a open-faced omelet, browned on both sides, with Parmesan cheese on it. And then we also had to go with that omelet. We made what's called addicting cabbage, a small version of it, which is salt, pepper, sesame seeds, sesame oil, and a little bit of chicken bouillon mixed in. Just make sure to use a little bit of each one. And then we put the cabbage underneath the omelet. And then we had some turkey sausage that was cooked in bacon grease to kind of rehydrate it. And then I had balsamic glaze, a little bit of ketchup, like a very, very little amount, like one of these, like 1 ounce things. And then Kewpie pie mayo. No, that wasn't all mixed together as it is now. It started off as in layers, mind you, but it was very good. Alcohol has very little effect on you. Don't be proud of it. I get like 1 bottle of rum a year on average. Levi and fam in London. Spouse goes to the pub. Levi goes to high tea. Yep, that's exactly what I would do. I'd go find tea. Bottle to bottom. The only time I want alcohol is when I'm making corned beef and cabbage. I don't like, even for cooking, I don't really use it anymore. Oh. I made bedonka. But it's no ingredient cornless. But it's an ingredient in my corned beef. I don't drink it. I don't even cook with it anymore. But a bunch of people kept thinking and assuming I was drinking alcohol all the time. And I was like, nope. I don't drink alcohol. I don't drink coffee. No other reason that I just don't like. I'll drink soda. Then you guys talking about autocorrect. Can't stand beer of any kind. Can't drink it now anyhow due to gluten. Just gross juice. Beard battered brats will do that too. But if you want to get rid of the Guinness, it's the yeast that's doing that to the cabbage. So take your, I think it's apple cider vinegar, and use that as a replacement. Never turn back. Debbie, I challenge you. Use apple cider vinegar in replace of the Guinness. You can do a 1-for-1. I would not suggest it because the vinegar is very strong. I'd do about half. Jack Daniels is whiskey, so it's the bourbon flavor. So good replacement for that would be smoke flavoring. I'm picky in my adult drinks. I don't buy a bunch. My spouse doesn't really drink anymore either. Because I don't drink. They don't tend to drink either. Pineapple instead. Yeah, pineapple's also a good one. That is useful trying to find. That is useful because trying to find a tall boy around St. Patrick is a pain. That background noise? Yeah, that background noise was Tobias. Took a little bit, but I managed to get caught up with all the comments. We've got a little bit left. By the way, I know I've seen you guys already tell me that you've eaten, you're hydrated, and you're taking meds. But again, have you eaten? Have you hydrated? Have you taken your meds? $100. Germany's like $100 worth of shots. And their friends gave up. That would have been back in 2001. That would have been before I gave up drinking completely. But let's see. The most I've ever drank was you guys remember those? I think it was about 80 proof vodka bottles that were like a liter that you could buy. I drank about a third of that. I did not have a pleasant day afterwards. First time I ever like threw up from alcohol. It wouldn't be the last. Well, the first time though. I've always wanted to have mead. I've heard mead is pretty good. I need people to send me stuff. I can't keep paying for the P.O. box. P.O. box is $70 a month and it's not getting used. Outside of being used for the business. If we shut down the business, I'll be honest, I'll probably shut down the P.O. box too. No one sends me stuff. That's fine. But I just don't have a use for it at that point. No one in the house drinks beer to begin with, so buying a 6-pack is a waste of money. Don't take meds, I just wake up with occasional white or black Russian raspberry wine. Germany Church Ice is rather decent. A rather light guy. Eaten, medicated, hydrated, caffeinated. Pill taking, woken up enough to take your herbal meds. Ate one Pop-Tart, drink. Maybe that's what I'll do. Outside of editing, I have nothing else planned today. Kid need to clean, but I highly doubt they're going to. I'll probably clean. I'll probably just take care of it tomorrow. Wednesday, kiddo has an appointment. That's a nighttime stream anyways, so Oh. I have drank a big bottle of 151 proof rum, and people said I looked and sounded sober. It just tasted bad. Heroic caffeinated. I'm descended from 3 major beer brewing countries. I'm allergic to hops. Damn, that's gotta suck. Though, that's like saying I went to culinary arts, have a degree, and I have an aversion to coconut, one of the most used ingredients in cooking. Huh. God, fucking hated. I did not like being in any place that was using coconut. I would very often when coconut was being cooked, if I wasn't warned, I would start gagging immediately and have to go outside, and people would be like, "Are you okay? Are you okay? If you're sick, you need to go." And I was like, "No, you need to warn me if you're cooking with coconut." It's like every job that used coconut in it, and every place that I worked at would start to warn me if they were going to cook with coconut. So I could go outside and take my 30-minute break while I waited for the smell of coconut to dissipate and be done. Or at least be at a tolerable level. Lady Morgan, I don't want to read walls of text on my tiny phone today. I could do shots, mixed drinks. This was 14. Okay. Proper meat is really nice at the Larp event. Hangover must have been awful when I did drink meat. It's delicious. I don't know. And that's another thing. Like, I don't want to wind up tasting meat and being like, oh, that's one I could do. Because one of the things I can drink is like Long Island iced tea. I wanted to try that for once. And like the proper, not the mocktail, because every time I get a mocktail when I'm out, it always sucks. But I tried proper Long Island iced tea, and I had like 2 of them before I realized, because for one, the first time I ordered it, I didn't realize it was alcohol, so I got one, and then my spouse was like, and I got like halfway through it before my spouse was like, you know, it's alcohol, right? And I was like, oh, so you're driving, right? uh, uh, they had already drank, so we were stuck there for several hours until like they stopped drinking, and we were stuck there for several hours until they were done. We were like tempted to call a cab just in case, and we're like, okay, well, does anyone have a breathalyzer thing? I was like, we were able to go, so that's the good thing. It was like my spouse was good. If I wasn't, I was still blowing hot, so not a good thing. So mixed drinks, if you can't taste the alcohol in it. Hops and I are not friends. I'm watching old episodes of The Worst Cooks in America, and one of the contestants don't like eggs. I was talking about the time that I got drunk off of Long Island iced tea on accident. How did that ball get there?
No idea.
Can you grab it and like toss it into the middle and let the cats chase it again?
Really, Nico?
You don't like egg sauces? We have some tennis balls that the cats chase. Usually, I put them in a container with catnip and just let them sit for like a week so they'll smell like catnip. But the cats are just playing with them, period.
Random orange tree heard me grab my keys and down the stairs.
You want to give them an extra can of food? People paid. Really? Anyways, it is 1:30. I usually end the stream at around when I get done eating. I have finished eating. I have drank all of my tea, which if you guys remember, it was like I had water, drank it out of there, and then filled it back up the tea up to there, and then drank it all the way down. So I've oh, this week because Killer didn't show up there to grab his food.
No, because he told me.
Yeah. Unless that's like from eggs, mayonnaise, and just about that. Everyone said they had fluck or no, not the other word. The other things I could. I'd love to be able to still have like a cider, especially this time of year, but my meds are anti-alcohol, if that makes sense. You mean like a spite, like a cider, or like because like apple cider is a thing? Do you mean like you want an alcoholic cider? Because I'm gonna turn you on to something really really good. If you want a cider that is similar to alcohol cider, but you don't want the alcohol in it, warm up apple cider. Add a dash of cinnamon to it. Yeah, so warm up cider.
Yeah.
Add a dash of cinnamon to it. Stir it in. Let it cool back down a little bit before you pour it into a cup if you like it cold. And if you've got, oh baby, damn it, I'm not done yet. Okay. If you've got a machine that can make bubbles, like we have the soda machine, right? Make it bubbly and drink that. So you warm it up, add your cinnamon. The reason why you warm it up to add the cinnamon instead of just add the cinnamon because it'll incorporate better. Oh yeah, purr. You're not getting that bowl. Carbonate it. Bam. Nice alcoholic spiced cider. You can also just use spiced cider mix if you really want to, but like it's not the same as taking proper full 100% apple cider and adding cinnamon and then doing that. Meow. Meow. Yes, it is real cinnamon. Cinnamon bark is cinnamon. It is cheaper. I have to tell you this, and this is why. It's cheaper to make real cinnamon than it is to make fake cinnamon. I don't know where you heard that one. But it's cheaper to make real cinnamon. And they're not going to make fake cinnamon when it's cheaper just to do the real thing. Now, you might have some low quality cinnamon. That much is true. Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You can't do nothing. You can't do nothing. I want that. By me, what's going to happen? I want that. I want Fanta. Okay. Go on. Where Levi's wearing Max as a fake periodical. He's too happy for that. He is such a fat cat. The cat's like 20 plus pounds. Red Hots and apple juice and cinnamon sticks is also good. Any thoughts? But yeah, no, capitalism pretty much add cinnamon to Red Hot makes a good cider. But capitalism pretty much makes us. Sometimes you need to think about like, would this be a profitable thing? And if it's a profitable thing, it may be true. Do some research on it. If there's no way it's profitable, I can almost guarantee you from like a mass standpoint, it's not true. Like the whole fake rice thing, no, it's not profitable. Businesses are not in the business to lose money. That's the beauty of it. Capitalism will make sure that you're all good there. Anyways, I want to thank you all for joining. Remember, taking one breath, one step, one day at a time. I wish you all peace of mind, serenity of body and spirit, and harmony, among others. And until the wind blows your sails our way again. Yeah, I just did this last night. Until the winds blow your sails our way again, have an Acme Day. Have an Acme Day as a pocket villain. Have an Acme Day will be retroactively billed to your account. Have an Acme Day. And remember, have an Acme Day simply means to have the best day. What he said means to have the best day you possibly can have. Bye now.